Welcome to Limitless Travel. Today's episode. Most criminal cities in the world. Different acts of criminal violence make a city dangerous for locals as well as tourists. Such acts are the deadliest potential threats to peace in any region. Crime shows might be thrilling on the large screen, but these are not as appealing in real life. Violent crime is a crime where the perpetrator uses or threatens to use force upon a victim. Murder, assault, rape, kidnapping, manslaughter, homicide, and sexual assault are all violent crimes. Unfortunately, violent crimes happen every day all over the world. The Citizen Council for Public Security and Criminal Justice, a Mexico City-based advocacy group, reported which cities had the highest murder rates in the world. Cities outside of war zones with populations over 300,000 people were considered. Violent crime rates vary greatly between countries and even regions of the world based on a number of factors. For example, of the 50 most violent cities in the world, 42 are located in Latin America. 17 of these cities are in Brazil, 12 in Mexico, 5 in Venezuela, 3 in Colombia, 2 in Honduras, and 1 in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Jamaica. This region's violence can be attributed to drug trafficking and organized crime, especially in Mexico. Additionally, violence in the region is exacerbated by poverty, corruption, political instability, and impunity. On the other hand, cities with low violent crime rates tend to have effective law enforcement, political stability, strong economies, and stricter gun laws. Some of these countries, such as Austria, have low violent crime rates but higher petty crime rates, such as pickpocketing. Index crimes refers to the consummated 7 focus crimes and 8 special complex crimes as defined by the Revised Penal Code. 1 Murder. 2 Homicide. 3 Physical injuries, including less and serious physical injuries. 4 Rape. 5 Robbery. 6 Carnapping of motor vehicles. 7 Theft. 8 Special complex crime. The most criminal city in Asia is Kabul in Afghanistan with a crime index of 78.13. Decades of conflict have left the country in turmoil. There is no stable government in Afghanistan. Recently, the Taliban has assumed control of the country. Because of its history of violence and conservative cultural views, the Taliban is considered to be highly unpredictable and dangerous. Decades of unsustainable farming practices have degraded the countryside to the point where flooding and landslides have become a pervasive problem. In short, Afghanistan is not safe to visit. The most common crimes in Afghanistan are linked to the opium trade. Arms dealing, people trafficking, and money laundering are just a few illicit activities that prop up Afghanistan's ailing economy and threaten the safety of residents and tourists alike. Less severe crimes, like petty theft, scams, and vandalism, are common in Afghanistan. However, violent crimes, like terrorist bombings, are of more immediate concern. The most criminal city in Africa is Pretoria in South Africa with a crime index of 82. In Pretoria, you have a 1 in 11 chance of becoming a victim of crime. The number of contact crimes in Pretoria has decreased by 25%. While the property crime rate in Pretoria has decreased by 30% year-over-year. Pretoria has exceptionally high rates of murder, gender-based violence, robbery and violent conflict. The most criminal city in Australia is Alice Springs in Australia with a crime index of 75.08. Domestic violence assault is up 22%, while alcohol-related assault has surged nearly 20% compared to the previous year. Home break-ins, commercial break-ins and vehicle thefts have also seen significant increases. Tourists are opting to drive through Alice Springs instead of staying overnight because they fear for their safety. The most criminal city in North America is Baltimore in the United States with a crime index of 75.04. While violent crime is certainly a concern, most are drug and gang-related and occur in regions of the city that are of little interest to visitors. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is concentrated in high-poverty areas, in neighborhoods like Cherry Hill, West Baltimore, and Greenmount East. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is concentrated in high-poverty areas of the city, and most visitors to Baltimore will never find themselves in harm's way. So, what does this mean for travelers? Well, it's essential to be aware of the risks and take precautions when visiting Baltimore. Keep your wits about you. Don't flash valuables publicly, and stick to well-lit and populated areas at night. Avoid any areas that look or feel unsafe. If you take public transportation, stay alert and aware of your surroundings. The most criminal city in Europe is Bradford in the United Kingdom with a crime index of 70.76. Bradford is the most dangerous city in West Yorkshire, and is among the top 5 most dangerous overall out of West Yorkshire's 118 towns, villages, and cities. For England, Wales, and Northern Ireland as a whole, Bradford is the 3rd most dangerous city, and the 200th most dangerous location out of all towns, cities, and villages. The most common crimes in Bradford are violence and sexual offences. Bradford's least common crime is bicycle theft. Bradford is also reportedly the 26th most dangerous city in the world. The most criminal city in South America is Caracas in Venezuela with a crime index of 83.46. Known as the City of Contrasts, Caracas is the capital and largest city of Venezuela. It is located in northern Venezuela, near the Caribbean. It is precisely its closeness to the Caribbean Sea and a high elevation that makes this city so perfect for tourists. It has a perfect climate, a perfect chance to relax in gorgeous beaches and unwind. However, it has recently become so dangerous that the U.S. State Department advises its citizens to reconsider their travel to Venezuela due to crime, civil unrest, and extremely poor health infrastructure. Kidnappings of foreign nationals also occur and people have been taken from homes, hotels, unauthorized taxis, and airport terminals. Carjackings happen both during day and night. The carjackings are executed by armed gangs ramming the victim's vehicle from behind, or flagging them down to rob them. Whatever you do, don't resist, it can end in them shooting the victim dead. Which cities do you think are the most criminal? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching Limitless Travel. And don't forget to like and subscribe.